Good morning. This is Pastor Ron. I'm coming to you today. As many of you know, I'll be retiring at the end of the year, and it's been 27 blessed years that the Lord has allowed me to plant and to lead New Vision Church, and I'm excited about this moment. For last Sunday, we had our election, and through unanimous vote, Assistant Pastor Alexander Dabney will be the new pastor. He is the pastor elect of New Vision Church and will begin at the beginning of 2024. So it was a great day. I got to preach, and I spoke to them about forging a powerful church union, because my concern was that, hey, look, you guys, the power we need to stay together and not divide and splinter is the most important thing any church needs. And so Romans 5 verses 1 through 5 talks about that. It talks about, first of all, that we have been justified by faith, and therefore we have peace with God. And not only that, but we have access into his, by faith, into his grace wherein we stand. So his grace gives us everything we need to fight every battle and every demon that would keep us from doing the will of God in our lives. So, I preached that for all I had, and we had a wonderful time. But on Monday, things somewhat switched up. So, every now and then I drive Uber. And so I went to pick up a trip at 2:30 a.m. In the morning, and I picked the passenger up, and we were on our way, and we hadn't gotten far. And I had a warning light come on saying, refill inverter coolant. And, I'm saying, I just got my car maintenance on last week, and, everything was good. But anyway, so I was afraid to continue that trip. So we went to a McDonald's, and of course, it's 2:30 in the morning. We went to a McDonald's, and we waited for a new Uber to come, and the Uber came. And so that was taken care of. So I drove home very gently. I was in Greenbelt then. I drove home very slowly, very gently, and I made it home. And so about 7:30 that morning, I went to my dealership, which is right around the corner from where I live, and I checked in my car, and the guy looked up under the car and saw that he said, there is a leak. And he said, it looks like it's coolant because it's pink, which is the color of the coolant. And so he said, you got a leak. So he said he'd check it out. And so I was already depressed, because Monday is always a great day. And to miss Monday, that's the big day of the week that gives you encouragement to go till Thursday. And I said, oh man. So that didn't work out. And then I got a call from the service manager, and he said, a freak thing has happened. He said some kind of rock or other foreign object has hit your hose, or whatever it is that where they hose the coolant, and it's what put the hole in it. He said, so the entire inverter will have to be replaced on your car. And he said, this never happens. He said maybe 4 or 5 have been, this has ever happened to in the nation. So here it is. I have this freak thing happen in my car, and it was going to cost a lot of money to repair. And the thing is, it's something that my insurance company taken care of, because this is if something were to happen to your car and you can use your auto insurance. But the problem is my deductible was so high that it wasn't worth it for me to use my deductible and put a claim in, for that amount. So it wasn't worth it to do that. So I was totaled. I said, "Wow, look at this is Monday." And all the time I'm thinking about the sermon I preached the day before. And I said, "Man, is the Lord testing me on this message that I taught?" So when I got that news, let me just say this. I was depressed. I was a little angry and frustrated, because I said, "Lord, what are you doing?" And I did. I said, "Lord, what are you doing?" And I wanted to understand what was going on. And so I'm working through all of that. I got all of this stuff in me. And finally, and then so I said, "Okay, well, I'll go ahead and get a rental car from Enterprise." And so I went online and looked at Enterprise, and the cheapest car was going to be $50 a day to rent. And I said, no, I am not going to rent no car for $50 a day. And, so I said, well, I'll just drive my son's car. So he said, "Fine, Dad, it's not a problem." So when I need it, I'm going to drive his car. But I had looked to do Uber this week and make some extra money. And so I couldn't make the extra money. Then I'm going to get a bill whenever. And he said the part is going to take 4 or 5 days to come in, which means I might not have my car back realistically till next week. Of course it could come in. And he said, if it comes in, I'll get it done first thing that morning and give it to you that same day. He said, but I don't know when it's going to come in, because he said they don't, this is not a part that is often needed for cars. So anyway, I'm out of it. I am depressed and everything. So the day has not gone well. It has not gone well. But then I just kept thinking about my message, and what it is. I realized it. I said, I have been hemmed in. When you're at a point where all of your exhaustive powers to control a situation have been taken away from you. And that's exactly how I felt. There was nothing I could do to easily change this situation. I was going to miss this whole week of being able to drive. I didn't have my car. I'm sitting here and I'm frustrated, and I'm thinking about all this money I'm going to have to pay out when I get my car. So all of that caused me to have to evaluate. If you're hemmed in, you have to calculate whether or not you're hemmed in by the Lord, or maybe hemmed in as a consequence of something you've done. Well, at this point, I don't think it was, hemmed in for something I had done, because, I was on a pretty good road and all. But I knew the Lord had taken away all my options for that moment, so that I, in turn, could put my trust in Him. I sat in my office. In fact, it was probably after 1 o'clock that I even went to eat lunch, because I sat in my office and I said, "Lord, I don't know what your purpose is, But since I can't do nothing else, I want to do something else. Since I can't do anything else, I trust that you have me. And that ultimately, suffering produces perseverance, perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. Now, I preached it on Sunday, but here it is now. I'm dealing with it. Maybe God is trying to forge me into a more powerful witness for him. Could be. And so I went downstairs, and I was just in one of those solemn moods where I wasn't mad, angry, or frustrated at that point, because I had really turned it over to the Lord. I said, Lord, since I can't do anything, I'm going to leave it alone until you show me what you want me to do. And that's what I did. I opened myself up. I said, I'm not going, because I couldn't even work on anything without feeling like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm trying to figure out, okay, so Lord, what do you want? So I went, I had lunch, and turned on Netflix and watched a series, and the series watched me. I watched a series, and the series watched me. And my wife probably passed by me a few times laughing. So that went on until dinner time, around 5 or so. I took the dog out for a walk, and then I ate dinner, and I went upstairs to my office. And I sat in my office probably until 9:30 working, because what I didn't have in the confusion of dealing with what I dealt with that morning, I now had. The Lord, because I trusted him, restored me, inspired me, and I went and put together an entire proposal on something I planned to do, something I'd been thinking about, but it hadn't done anything with it. I went and I knocked that thing out. And I even woke up probably 3 a.m, and I'm sitting over there listening to some YouTube videos that will further add to what I plan to do. And so right now I am inspired. And let me explain this to you. Nothing has changed about my car. I don't have it. I don't know when I'm going to get it. But when I get it, I still have to pay a boatload of money to get it fixed. But this is where I am. I am at peace that the Lord has me right where he wants me. And there's no way I'm going to give in to the devil's attempt to steal my joy, nor to snatch the things that God is working in my life away from me. And so, as I said, I haven't, maybe one day I'll come back and I'll tell you what the rest of the testimony is. But for right now, I am empowered. I have peace. I have hope. I know what you have to go through has nothing to do with physical circumstances changing. Because once God gives you peace, that he's got it and you, and that he's going to work all of this out in the end, I can say up front, it says, and we boast in the hope of the glory of God. Because I've seen God work in the past, and I'm watching him work right now. And so today I just wanted to stop by to let you know I am encouraged in the Lord. And I don't know what you might be going through, but I know after I so powerfully preached that message on Sunday, and you can go to YouTube and hear the message, Forging a Powerful Church Union. Go to New Vision Bowie, New Vision Church Connect, or New Vision Bowie Connect on YouTube, and you'll be able to listen to the message. But beyond preaching the message, I had to live through circumstances that could have just knocked me out for the whole week. I'd be down the whole week, but I'm not down. I am encouraged, and I'm ready to run on to see what the Lord will do. So I just wanted to stop by and let you know that God is still working in my life. And maybe I told you this today because he's yet trying to work in yours. God bless you, and thank you for listening. Pastor Ron, signing off.